Hello and welcome back to Cure for the Common Game. Today we're going to round out the Amonkhet gods with Rhonas, the snake god, even though this is not snakes. He's, man, 5/5 death touch indestructible for 3 mana. And his drawback is almost not even a drawback. Because, I mean, if you're playing green, you're going to have a 4-power dude. So I've got some 4-power dudes here. I kind of went several different ways with it because I really couldn't decide. I figure I'll tweak it as I go. But of course, I wanted to start off with his monument. It makes him cost. This particular monument is really good, but it's the same cost as the god. I kind of like the ones that are one less so that you can. I don't know. But here's my thinking. For those old school folks out there, this was the first card that actually give us that ability. Lure. The fact that he does have Death Touch, and I was really wanting to explore the Death Touch Trample interaction and general damage, because that's a really, really neat interaction. It almost seems not fair when you explain it to the newer player, and I'm really not a fan of rules that are you just feel bad for. But anyway, it's there. It's been there for a while. It doesn't look like it's going to change, so we're going to use it. For those of you who don't know what it is, Death Touch and Trample. If I've got Mr. Rhonas here, who's a 5/5 Death Toucher, and say I give him Trample by some means, and I attack with him, and you block with a 10/10, I can deal 1 point. I can choose to deal 1 point of Death Touch damage to your 10/10, which is lethal, and the other 4 to you. I would say it's a beautiful thing, but it's very non-intuitive. Anyway, my idea here is, because he's indestructible and Death Touch, you can slap the lure on him, and magically he starts killing more than one dude. He can kill, if they've got 5 dudes, you can kill 5 dudes. Now you have to assign a point of damage to him. He's not like the Basilisk of the old days, who just, if they blocked it, they died. But that's not exactly how Death Touch works. But anyway, so what I did was I tried to get many versions of that, of the lure. Thankfully enough, there's a lot of one-shots. There's not a whole lot of permanent like lure. But that's kind of what I did there. I'm out of Primal Rages, or Primal Rage would have straight up been in here. Now, we're just going to go through some of the ramp here. The Soul Ring, the Medallion, Vernal Bloom, because, why not? Rites of Flourishing. I know y'all are thinking I can't possibly have that many Rite of Flourishings. Rite of Flourishing, I love this card. I pick them up every time I see them. You can generally get them for about a quarter to 50 cents. And it is such a political card. People love it. I mean, people will not attack you. This will factor into their decision making. Zendikar Resurgent, Ranger's Path, Awakening, and the Dictate. I don't always like to use the Dictate because it is a true mana flayer, but when you're trying to get some mana, it's all good. And if you can get your land tapping for 3 mana apiece, then Rhonas' ability is only, Forest, make something badass. Just a shame he can't give himself Trample. So we're going to go through here just in no particular order. Vertaloth the Ancient is a 4/7. He meets the 4 power criteria, and he pumps your other trees and saps, makes some saps. This guy's kind of one of the reasons for all the ramp. Brood Saurian is just tech. Now this is... Cold Snap didn't get opened a lot. Not a lot of people cared for it. I love me some Cold Snap. It's exactly what the third set of Ice Age would be. Mostly cards that suck. But anyway. there's a lot of stealing decks going on out here. And I know right now there's a Niv Mizzet player in my hometown here that is just hating life and the fact that I'm propping brooding Saurian. Now Baru, Fist of Croza, and you're looking at me going, what? It has nothing to do with his grandeur ability. His grandeur ability, you can just blank that off there. It doesn't even exist. See, like right there. Whenever you play a forest, your team gets trample. Oh, and +1. Man. Then Rhonas will have the lure and trample, and things will be hot. Whisper Silk Cloak. The unblockable part here is actually unfortunate. We're not always going to have the must be blocked by all dudes thing, which is fine. And it does seem counter to that strategy, and it is. But it is a separate strategy in and of its own when you just got to get there with general damage, or if you just got to get there with somebody else, like a Dauntless Dowerbark, who is, ridiculously large, or Dauntless Dowerbark squared. I kind of, since he is a power 5 creature, I looked at the green power 5 from the Alara block, which is not bad. It's not bad stuff. Now, this is an uncommon from a Monket, and I am telling you what. Yeah, it doesn't. It's French vanilla, but you know what? If I had to have something French vanilla, hexproof is where I want it to be. I'm telling you. Let's see if we can clear that up a little bit. Revive. Is it obvious that I'm out of regrowth? For all purposes, this is a regrowth in this deck. It will not get a land or a artifact. We don't really have a whole lot of either one. But, hey, it's a regrowth. Naturalize. Overrun. Typically, and y'all know this, Overrun is this game needs to get over. We need to get on to the next game card, because you're going to play this to break a stalemate, and it just wreck folks. And you may not win the entire game, but you're going to take somebody out, and you're going to be tapped out. The game will be decided generally with the use of a resolved Overrun. Now, this guy is cheaper to embalm than he is to cast, and there's some part of me that just absolutely loves that. I think this might actually see some other applications. I need to get one into Tribal Hydras. I don't know if I've done Tribal Hydras yet, but I need to get one in there. Or in Reef. I love it. Double counters, because just about all of them, except for the 3 or 4 non-basics we use, are gonna be. Now, Breaker of Armies has all that junk built into it. Now, he does not have Death Touch, but he does have the whole, your team's going to block me, and the rest of my team's going to get through and kill you. So, if you have multiples of those, you can potentially take out a couple of people a turn. So, that's neat. Sheltering Ancient. Wanted to give you a second to read it because that's another Cold Snap card. 2 mana 5/5s are always nice. The drawback here is, yeah, it's a pretty bad drawback. It really is. And if there are no other creatures on the board, it can be really, really bad, because he'll just insta-die if you cannot do it during your upkeep. However, a lot of times there's a bird or an elf or something that, people have other plans for, but once you mound them up, they get other ideas. Anyway, Harmonize, because, reasons. Dungrove Elder, another 3 power, gonna be, or 3 mana 4 power, gonna be. I mean, he's gonna be 3 for sure. The Twin Grove, Another big guy. Now, Mighty Emergence, another Power 5 card. So it's going to make it bigger permanently. Prowling Sir Popper, that's kind of clever how that is just exactly what Rhonas wants. Now, he's a snake god looking guy, and this is a snake, and it's 3 mana for a 4 power, and yeah, there's no coincidence here. The Slag Worm. Now, this one's pretty neat. It's kind of like the precursor to Death Touch. If it just blocks or becomes blocked, that thing dies. I don't care how big it is. It just dies. Now, Elemental Bond is really, really sweet. Power 3 enters the battlefield. Notice it does not say you cast it. It enters the battlefield. Now, I want to talk about, keep that in mind, y'all, Nacatl War-Pride. I found this card years ago on Magic Online. Hey, do y'all remember when Magic Online was good? Yeah, I don't either. But anyway, Nacatl War-Pride is outstanding. Okay, it has to be blocked, and then you get copies of it for each creature. So this is what a green Wrath of God looks like, because you get copies of it for each creature they've got, and then all of those have to be blocked. So they got to block with their team. Now, granted, yes, they're just 3/3s. However, man, if we're still drawing a card from that on each one, wow, Elemental Bond is amazing with Nacatl War-Pride. I played it in Standard way back when with the guy that says creatures get +2/+2 when they interplay, and it's just, I love me some Nacatl War-Pride. I'll pay this 6 mana for a 3/3 and not have a problem with it, because more than likely they're going to be better than 3/3s. The Naturalist, simply because I tried to use as many creature versions of spells as I could, because I wanted to use the dudes, man, because Rhonas has got to have the dudes. Verdant Force. I'm sure we all remember that one moment when you were playing, when you realized Verdant Force said each upkeep and not just yours, and the whole world was exciting, and you had rainbows and sunshine, and you went out and bought a crazy amount of Saproling tokens. Anyway, Mouth to Feed, like I said, we're trying these monocolor ones in the God deck's, going to see how they work. 3/3 Hippo, it doesn't trigger, but the drawing the card thing, feed is going to work for us. Foe Razor. Really love the Foe Razor. Now, granted, this is probably the only fight card in the deck. This is not exactly Fight Club. Oh my God, that would be a hell of a deck. Fight Club. What is that, red-green? Okay, let me pencil that on the short list. The Elk Herd, here again, formidable. It's kind of like the Ferocious or whatever, or Power 5. With this guy in Rhonas, you've got formidable, and all your dudes gain the trample. Sandworm Convergence. I mean, I like shitting out 5/5 dudes for the free at the end step so they can block. Woodland Bellower is probably going to go get a mana guy of some sort. I don't know that I even... No, he's probably going to go get Sheltered Ancient. Trump of the Hordes, because sometimes you need to be that douchebag. It's just... Wow. Wow. Infect. Ooh. Soul of Zendikar. Makes Beast. It's a 6/6 for 6. Reach. Reach is kind of our prized ability because we don't have a hell of a lot of flying. Mastodon. Here, yeah, it just grants trample to Power 5 guys. And the Behemoth makes Power 5 guys indestructible. Not really a big deal for our general, but for our other dudes when somebody tries to Wrath. Vigilance. Garrick's Horde. Overwhelming Stampede is a beating on a card. Yeah. Because even with just Rhonas out, it's +5/+5, and that's, way better than the overrun that we saw earlier. Now, Bolster 5, Reach. Man. Of course, Terastodon, because like I said, creatures with spell-like abilities, and we're destroying 3 permanents here. I don't care if they get 3/3 elephants. I'd a lot rather them have a 3/3 elephant than their whatever they've got that I'm prizing more. Pack Leader, drawing cards, card drawing tied to dude. Now, the beautiful part about here is the Pack Leader also triggers off of entering the battlefield, not casting. So, Nacatl War-Pride will also trigger this guy. Acidic Slime, Gaze Revenge. I just, is this Suedo hexproof? I don't know, but I like it for a 8/5. Pretty sweet. Moss Bridge Troll. I love me some Moss Bridge Troll because in the right deck, you're just tapping one dude. And now, here's one thing that it took me a while to notice since this came out in Shadowmoor. It took me like a year or so. That's a colon. Okay? Everything before the colon is a cost, and after the colon is the ability. We all know that, You can tap 10 power worth of dudes multiple times. So if this guy's got trample and the touch or whatever, even if he's just got trample and he's the only one getting through, you can tap all those, token sapperlings or the rest of your team or whatever. You can do it as many times as you got 10 power. And effectively this doubles your power. 10 becomes 20. As long as, but this guy's got to have trample. If not, he's just a big ugly dude. Now, Elixir of Immortality, because y'all know me, and I think all 5 of these decks have had elixirs in them. Not that any of them are particularly mill-worthy, but Lurking Predators, we have a larger than normal ratio of creatures, so, and I like the way it says you may put that card on the bottom of your library. You don't have to, you may. Tempt with Discovery. Now, 4 mana for Nature's Lore. I say Nature's Lore because it does come into play untapped, or however the land would come into play. Now, the bigger the game, the more swingy this can get. If anybody plays Tempt for Discovery, tell them no. Now, there are times I have said yes. I have seen the first person after, it'd be a 7-8 player game. The first person after the caster says no, and then everybody else at the damn table says yes. It makes that person hate life and everybody else because they could have got a free land. The idea is that no, we're not going to let you skip from turn 4 to turn 12. But anyway, that is what I have got. I think now that I have gotten through what I would like to do, Star Magic is absolutely positively comes to mind with the 5 gods. So I'm going to have to go up to the local LGS there and see if I can find 4 other players who will look to do some Amonkhet God bashing. Well, I do appreciate y'all watching. Y'all let me know what you think. And I believe Samut or Bremoz is probably going to be next. We're almost through. Well, no. We're only about halfway through because Amonkhet, I have got left Samut, Bremoz, Timmy, and the cycling deck. So I do appreciate you watching. But right now, it is time to shuffle and cut.